Really lovely to see all these faces. Welcome to our first Wellbeing at Home live session. So I'm Stella Foti. I recognise some of you on the screen. As you know, well, some of you may know, I started Wellbeing Escapes over 15 years ago now, quite a long time ago, to help promote a different type of holiday where people could go and really dedicate that time to their health, to their happiness, and do something a little bit different to the regular type of holiday. And as you can imagine, the COVID situation has affected a lot of people, but the travel industry has had a huge impact on us and everyone else in the travel industry. But what we realize is that we have an opportunity to bring some of what we promote when you go away into your own homes. So granted, we're not going to have the idyllic holiday environment with the palm trees and the beaches and the beautiful nature all around us. Well, some of us might have beautiful nature around us, but what we do have is time right now. And in my view, what's a better way to spend it than improving our own mental and physical health? So, you know, it's become obvious that we have access to so much in our lives. But for me, it's become so obvious that the primary concern to everybody right now is health. That's the big thing, health and our mental and our physical health, you know, both of those. And no government or health service can hand that to us on a plate. They're there to help us if we need them. But really, I think it's our responsibility to take control of our own health and our own well-being so that we can be strong and have high immunity and be able to deal with situations like these when they arise. So anyway, enough of my preaching. Thank you so much for carving out the time and energy to be with us for our first session here. I'm really excited to launch it with Jordan, because I've had first-hand experience of Jordan's breathwork sessions, and they really had a profound effect on how I felt, and I think breathwork is really powerful. So before I hand over to Jordan, just a couple of housekeeping notes, please. Can you please make sure your microphone is on mute as we go into the session, just to keep the peace and so nobody is disturbed. If I can see some of you got your videos on, videos off, it doesn't matter, feel free, whatever makes you feel more comfortable. Jordan's going to take us through the practice, and then we'll answer questions at the end. Since there's a lot of us, can we please just type the questions into the chat area for everyone to see, and Jordan's going to do that with us. So thank you, and enjoy the breath work, and see you on the other side. So Jordan.
Thank you, Stella. At some point I'll plug in a mic so when we start properly so you hear me better. Actually, I'll try it now, so just give me 1 second. I'm just going to plug this mic in. Should hear me better this way. Want to stay? There we go, we got there. Hopefully that sounds better. So it's a pleasure to, sounds good. So it's a pleasure to be kicking off these well-being sessions for Stella. So thank you for having me on, Stella. And it's nice to see so many people wanting to get involved with a breathwork session. So I'm excited about that, because often we hear breathwork. And I know for me, when I first started, I heard do some breathwork. I was like, I already know how to breathe. What do you mean? Why do I want to do some breath work? And wasn't really interested in it whatsoever. Little did I know at the time the power of it. I'd be laughing at myself now. So for me, it's not about me. It's not the Jordan Turner show. So I won't give you too much information about myself, but just a small introduction. For me, my biggest passion is health. So I have a few different companies in health and a few different approaches. But the main thing for me is about spreading true health. And one of the most important tools that I use within that, so I use movement, I use exercise, I use nutrition, but one of the most important tools that I use is breath work. And I get the pleasure to deliver breathwork sessions to people from all walks of life. And I've seen the benefits firsthand on myself, first and foremost, because I'm not someone who ever wants to coach something or teach anything without experiencing it myself. And I get so excited about breathwork. When I get going, I could talk for hours and hours and hours. But today's more about giving you an experience so you can explore it yourself. Because if you're anything like me, I'm the biggest skeptic in the world. You can even give me science literature after science literature, and I'm still like, yeah, but how does that work for me? So I want to give you an experience so you can explore it and get the benefits from it. So my breathwork journey started really from when I was little, having asthma. So I had asthma and I had sport at a high level, and I wanted to be able to still compete, and I loved athletics, and I was playing football at a good level at that point. And I felt embarrassed taking my asthma pump. So one of the tests was that you had to breathe and test your capacity. So as a kid, I just tried it. I remember practicing. I remember doing the test, and then that was one of the things that they told me I had asthma for, and I was taking the pump. So I knew I had to do the test again. And waiting for the test, I would do these practices where I would like take big breaths and try and breathe out as deep as I physically could breathe out, right? To try and I was almost thinking like I would cheat the test, like I didn't need the pump or something. So that was when the first time I ever did any conscious real breath work, cheekily. And then the next time I did breath work was when I was boxing, and my coach said to me, he said, first rule, which I didn't expect him to say, if you don't breathe, you die. So we must learn to control our breathing before we learn to even throw any punches. So this was very interesting. And then my first transformational, real big experience from breath work was when, after I broke my nose, I was unable to breathe properly through my nose. So I was looking for different solutions, different ways to overcome this, so I could still be able to compete at a good level, to keep my cardiovascular fitness high. I was looking purely for performance basis. But within the books of looking for different things I could do to learn different breathing techniques, I found this one from a free diver, and it was how these free divers were able to hold their breaths for prolonged amount of time. So I remember reading it, and then I lay down in my bed, I give it a go. And as I did this breathing experience, I had this completely transformational experience. I'd never explored myself in that way. It took me completely to a different space in my mind, and it was an incredible feeling. I was like, there's something to this. So that sparked my initial interest. And then from there, different seminars, different coaches, looking at different techniques, some from a very, very science perspective, performance-based, some for releasing emotions from the body, releasing traumas from the bodies, other for pure health, for things like increasing, optimizing our immune function, optimizing our metabolism, for lowering our blood pressure, for controlling our heart rate. There's a whole range of different ways to breathe to invoke completely different results. So, for example, sometimes I'm doing breathing techniques for pro fighters before they're getting into a ring or a cage, so they're calm and relaxed and able to control their breathing. Sometimes it's for someone who's looking to feeling very stressed and manage their stress. Sometimes it's for everyday breathing. So we're changing the way that we're breathing every day to change our experience of life. Because breath is the one thing that we do consciously and unconsciously. So when we're able to it's also the gateway to our unconscious mind. And it's also the passage between our inner world and our outer world, because the air's all around us. It's like we can all agree that this is my body and that's your body, all there. But we don't go, this is my air, this is your air, right? So air is about connecting us together. So we're all in this space, and some of us are isolated and might be alone, but we're all in this together. So even through this breathwork experience that we'll have today, we're going to get a sense and a feel for this. It's a very personal journey. So you're going to have your own personal experience. And funny enough, we all have our own individual breath signature. But there's also a collective breath signature. And this can be measured. So especially when we're in a space together, there's a collective breath. So we all breathe in the same air, even if we're in different parts of the world, different spaces. We're able to have access to this. So you can also think though, but yeah, but we know how to breathe, and so what's really the point? Well, the point is breathing is the most fundamental part of health. It's the foundation of health completely, right? Because we can go a little while without moving, we can go a little while without food, we can go a little while without water, but we cannot go long at all without our breath. So when we're able to take charge of this most fundamental part of existence, our life, our health, we begin to put ourselves in the driver's seat of this existence we call life, rather than being a passenger, rather than being unconscious and unconsciously not aware of the way that we're breathing or the way that we're experiencing and unable to be present. And it can be tougher to deal with stresses that are around us or challenges or uncertainties. Whereas the breath can bring us back to that safe haven. It can bring us back to that centeredness within us. And it can also completely change our chemistry within our body. So we can be our own pharmacist. I find that fascinating. For example, we can release adrenaline at will. We can open up the cannabinoids, the opioids within the mind, right? We can do all these different things within the body. We can actually, with deep practice, you can even bring yourself to the point where you can control your own heart rate and bring it down at will, which is pretty incredible, right? So today, as I said, I'm already jabbering on, and when I get excited, I could just keep talking about breath because I get so passionate about it. But today is more about an experience, giving you all an experience of breath. So I'm only going to speak for a couple more minutes, and I'm going to introduce the practice, and we're going to get going. So the practice we're going to do today is a mixture of a few different things. So I'm going to be a bit like a DJ almost, mixing up a few different breath works to create the music, to create the vibe of the session, right? But we're going to start by building some solid foundations, because just like anything, you need some solid foundations to build upon and to breathe in a certain way. That the way we're going to breathe today for experience is an experience based, but we're going to start by something that you want to be doing every day, like something that just, if you breathe in this way, will help massively. For example, if every single one of you now watching takes a big deep breath in, just breathe in as deep as you can and then let go without me saying anything, just without me telling you how to do it. Just take a big deep breath in. So just breathe in deeply and breathe out. Do two more, just your own way, just breathe deeper than you've ever breathed before and let go. One more. Nice. So to be fair, quite a few of you was pretty good. I know I can only see so many videos, not too many, but normally when you do this, a lot of people, when they take a big deep breath in, it's very much in their chest, right? Which this can lead to more panicking, lots of stress within the body, tightness within the body, right? So it's like, as you've ever seen anyone have a panic attack, or if you ever had one yourself, it's very much here in the chest. Okay, so there's many ways, but just very basically as a generalization. For example, if you're breathing out a lot, so like, and taking very little air in, your posture starts becoming quite collapsed. Your head starts coming quite down. You're taking in, breath is like the life force. So you're taking in very little life and you're breathing out quite heavily. This can lead you to feeling quite lethargic, very tired, exhausted. And in the extreme, it can lead to depression and just really feeling unworthy, not feeling excited by life, losing your zest for life, losing your sexual drive, all these type of things just from taking shallow breaths and long exhales. And then we have the opposite end of the spectrum, where people take very much of the life in and then doesn't want to let too much of it go. It's like afraid of what's next and what's going on. So we can become quite erratic and we're panicking a lot and we're very much on edge. This can lead to dry mouth. This can lead to feeling sweaty palms, right? Anxiety, these type of things. So the number one is bringing us to a place where we're just knowing that there's an abundance of air going around, there's abundance of oxygen to bring in, and just allowing the exchange from the inhale to the exhale. I like to see the inhalation as like inspiration, right? You're breathing in new information, you're breathing in new life as you inhale. And as you exhale, this is just you like letting go, surrendering to life. So there's 3 stages to breath that we need to know before we start it, and then we're about to get going. The first stage is activation. So activation means actively doing it, actively breathing. So for this experience, many of you will have different experience. Some may be very subtle, some may be much larger. However, a massive part of that depends on how active you are in the experience, how much you're willing to put in the effort, just like anything. Take charge and give it your best shot. So activation is number 1. Number 2 is allowing. So that means actually allowing the changes within, that's happening within your body, and surrendering to that. Because the biggest addiction in this world is to ourselves. We can think it's drugs or alcohol or this. No, the biggest addiction is to our own chemistry, to ourselves. So we get so addicted to the chemical reactions that are currently going on within the body that when something, especially something like doing some breath work that can quickly change our state of being, quickly change the chemistry within our body, we latch on to how we're all feeling before and don't allow the experience. So you might feel to want to like itch or sort of get away from the experience a little bit. This is okay. This is not having to be a completely still practice. If your body wants to move in some manner, allow it. But there's a very much difference between allowing your body to move because of the sensations and distracting yourself by not allowing the experience, right? Almost avoiding it or bringing your posture very closed in. So activate, allow, and then the third stage is align. So it's just aligning those two, activation and allowing, aligning the inhale with the exhale. So it's nice and smooth. So we're just going to do something very simple just to make sure. So some of you may have done lots of breath work before. So you're like, I'm ready to get going into the experience. Some of you, this is your very first time. So because there's quite a lot of us, we need to make sure that we all have solid foundations before we start. So the first practice we're going to do is we're going to bring one hand on your chest, and we're going to bring another hand, your other hand, let me see if I can put this a bit lower, on your belly. Okay. And all you're going to do is breathe very easily. Don't force the breath, but a little bit deeper than you normally would. You're going to close your eyes, and as you breathe in, you're going to feel your tummy expand, your diaphragm expand, but your chest, the hand that's on your chest, should stay still. So just do a few of these. Just breathe in through your nose and out through the nose or through the mouth, whatever you feel most comfortable with. As you inhale, the diaphragm expands. You should feel some pressure into the hand that's on your tummy. And as you exhale, it goes in, but the chest doesn't move much at all. Taking the breath out of your chest. Breathing into the belly, exhale, and it go. Just stay here for a few moments, keep practicing. If this is your first time, then you just need some time to get used to it. Don't get frustrated, don't try and be perfect. Let go of this idea of doing the perfect breath. You breathe like this as a baby, so your body already knows. You just have to allow that experience to happen. If you're advanced with this breathing, then there's always time to go back to basics and go deeper. So we're just going to spend a few more moments here as you inhale, feeling the diaphragm expand. As you exhale, without force, just letting go, nice and easily. Taking the breath away from the chest, away from the panic receptor. And breathing more fully. Keep going. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And just begin to develop that safe haven, that place that we can go back to at any point throughout the session. If it gets too much, we can always go back to this very safe, strong foundations. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. So that's just very, even from that, you might have noticed, some of you may notice you feel slightly different. Just a slight change of mood. Might not yet, doesn't matter, don't worry, about to have a big experience very shortly. So as I said, there's so many different ways to breathe. Some breath works are more like, I call them like coffee breath works. They're almost like having a coffee that can energize the system, make you feel awake, make you feel alert. Some are things like almost like your glass of wine, like chill out, just relax, help you switch off. Some breath works are great to do just before bed, very gentle, couple minutes to help you drop into parasympathetic nervous system, rest and renew, so you can have a better night's sleep. Some breath works are great for putting you in that fight or flight mode, so you're ready to perform, you're ready to exercise, you feel energetic. Some breath works are designed to change the rhythm of your breath, so you're going into memories, unconscious parts of the mind. Some breathworks are designed to create sensations within the body, feelings within the body. Some will help release emotions. Some will help increase your ability to visualize. There's a whole range of different breathworks that we do. The journey that we're going to go on today is a breathwork journey that I've created through a mixture of a few different techniques. It's slightly simplified because there's so many of us. However, it doesn't mean that the potency is low. You can still have an incredible experience from this. Again, it just depends on how much you're willing to do the 3 stages: the activate, the allow, and the align. So yeah, we'll get into this breath work. Like I say, don't try to be perfect though. Perfection can really block the experience. Like, am I doing it right? Am I following his instructions right? I missed what he said then. I didn't hear that for a second. Be with the breath. This is okay. I'm facilitating this experience and helping this experience on, but the breath's doing the real teaching. That's where the power is. The power is in the breath. So trust in this, your own experience with the breath itself, and just begin to follow that. Begin to follow this innate ability that you already have within you, right? Within you, it's already there, right? You just have to remember it, and we have to go beyond our conditioning a little bit, right? And just take that action towards it. So for this can be done seated. So I'm going to be delivering it to you guys and girls seated, right? But it can also be done laying down if you feel more comfortable. Really, the most important thing is that you feel comfortable. And another thing to point out is our postures also makes a big effect on this. So we don't want to be hunched over if we're going to be seated. We want to be nice and upright, not forced. So we're like stretched, no, but just nice and upright, spine straight. If we're going to be laying down, preferably palms facing up, relax those shoulders, keep those shoulders back, chest nice and open. So we're allowing the breath to come in. So we're not laying down and putting our head to the side, almost like we're going to go to sleep. At some point we might feel like that and we switch off through the experience. Great, enjoy it, right? Enjoy that. Sometimes that's what some of you may need, to switch off a little bit and just to feel relaxed and into the experience. Some of you may be very much more aware with what's going on throughout it. So this is, it could almost, when we're doing it, it can almost seem like a meditation. I prefer to call it more of an inner exploration rather than a meditation. So we're exploring within. And unfortunately, we can't travel outside at the moment, but we can travel within our very own system, right? And then we can take this everywhere we go when we're at different places within the world. So yeah, let's get to it. Throughout it, you may feel different sensations within the body, tingling, all this type of thing going on. The mind might go, oh, what's going on? Like, I'm feeling different. Just, I see you, I hear you, we'll speak later. We're doing this now. And just come back to your breath. Come back to the breath. As I say, I'll guide you through as much as possible. I will be breathing along with you. I will be playing some music, but I know it can sometimes be a problem through Zoom. So if that is the case, then I will just continue to guide it without the music. Anything else I need to tell you before we start? Okay, the obvious is make sure you're not doing this submerged in any water. So you're not doing this, anyone doing it in the bath, anyone who's not got the video on. Obviously, while standing or driving, anything like that. If you have any health conditions, of course, you have to say make sure you you'd normally say consult your doctor first. But let's say you've done that, just be very gentle. It's absolutely okay. We're not doing anything extreme today. Just be really gentle. You can decide how much you put your foot on the gas and how much you take your foot off the gas. So if you want a more profound experience, submerge yourself into a little bit more and go deeper. If you just want a nice gentle, and this is your first time and you just want to have an experience of breath, just be nice and gentle with yourself, right? Really gentle with the breath. If at any point it gets too uncomfortable, just go back to that safe haven that we created from the beginning. Just going back to those deep diaphragmatic breathing. Okay, so I'm going to give everyone 30 seconds to just get comfy, get in position, get ready, and then we're going to get going. Because if you're anything like me, it's like, okay, hurry up, I want to get started. I want to go. I want to go into the experience. Okay, just going to put some sounds on. Okay. So we're going to close our eyes. First of all, we're just going to begin to breathe like we did a few moments ago. Just begin to develop that solid base. Taking a few breaths here, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Just deeper than you normally would breathe. Not forcing. Activating the breath through the inhale and the exhale. And just allowing yourself to surrender. Allowing yourself to let go. And we're going to begin. So first of all, place your hands on your hips or in your inner groin area. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing in right into your groin. You're breathing into your hips. You're breathing into your lower body. So the inhale is nice and long and you're bringing the breath all the way to the base of your body. And as you exhale, you let out a sigh. Just let it go. Let out a sigh. Inhale. Let go. Breathing in through the nose. Let the breath come down all the way to your root. And you exhale. Let out that sigh. Continue this in your own rhythm. Continue to sigh, just let go. Let go of any tension, any stress, any ideas, any concepts of how you think this experience will go. Just let it go. Breathe in. With every inhale, breathing in the feeling of safety, of security. And every exhale, just letting go. Knowing it's safe and secure to let go. It's safe and secure to feel. Just keep telling yourself this. Allow yourself to feel. Continue that breath. Inhale. And just let it go. Keep going. Focusing all your attention on the base of your spine. Relaxing the hips. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling as that sign. Just sighing through. Keep that rhythm going in your own pace. Nice strong deep breaths if you wish. And just exhale, let go. There's neurotransmitters in the nose that signal to the body that it's safe. Feel that. Let the body know. Continue to breathe in this manner. For a moment, just become no body, nowhere, no time. And just breathe into the nothingness. Just become present with the breath. Forget about what's just happened. Forget about what's to come. And just be present with the inhale and present with the exhale. Just going to do a few more here. One more here. And then you're going to place your hands at the bottom of your tummy, just below your belly button. And you're going to breathe into your belly. And you're going to breathe out as a ooh sound, like a ooh. Breathe into your belly. Let out that shushing sound. Continue to breathe into the belly. Connecting to the element of water, connecting to your emotions, connecting to the emotional body, and just feel it. Continue the breath. Continue following the breath. Feeling is the language of understanding. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to breathe even deeper now. Take more of that life in. The breath is giving us life. Take each breath with a sense of gratitude, sense of thanks. And each exhale, just allow it to go. You don't need to hold it on. There's so much breath to go around. There's an abundance of rest. Then you take the next inhale. And you let it go. Connecting to the sense of play, connecting to your creativity. Letting go of that voice in your head that thinks it's silly or this or that. Just let it go. Just feel, experience. Feel what you feel, experience what you experience, notice what you notice. Begin to follow the breath. Breathe into the new sensations that are arising. This is where we're connected to every single one of us. Begin to feel the connection of all your loved ones, all your friends, all your family. Everyone breathing in this collective space. And begin to feel the inner connection with yourself. As we breathe into your gut. The gut has its own intelligence. Keep breathing. Few more breaths like this in silence, just breathing in, tummy expands, breathing out, letting go. Bring your hands by your side for a few moments. Take your foot off the gas and just surrender and just feel for a few moments. Feel any new sensations that have arisen. Feel any enjoyable sensations, feel any frustrations, whatever you're feeling, just allow it to be. Just settle for a few moments. Allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into the experience. Allow yourself to surrender more. before we move into the next phase. Okay, this next phase, we're going to bring our hands by our rib cage, and we're going to breathe deeper than we've ever breathed before. You can do this through the nose or through the mouth, and we're going to really expand the breath as we inhale. So deep breath in, fully in, deep breath out, letting go without force. Breathe deeper than you've ever breathed before. Real deep breaths. You're way more powerful than you could ever imagine. Breathe into that power. Breathe into your strength. Allow life in. Really breathe deep. And exhale. Fully in. Letting go. If it's too intense, take your foot off the gas and just breathe as deep as you feel you can breathe. If you can, your foot on the gas now, and really breathe deep. Big deep breaths. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Final phase of this breath. Keep going. Big deep breaths. Fully in. Letting go. Fully in. Letting go. Breathe into those sensations. Just a few more. You're more powerful than you could ever imagine. Deep breaths. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Hold the breath for a few moments. Just hold. Surrender. Sink into the body. Exhale. Let go. Just feel. Experience. Feel the sensations. Just surrender. Let go. You're safe and secure. You're supported. You're connected. And you're way more powerful than you could ever imagine. Just feel. Allow. Let go. Breathe easy. Naturally. And just surrender and feel. We're going to do 1 more round of that breath. So again, bring your hands to your rib cage. And we're going to go again. Real deep breaths. Really connecting to your power. With every inhale, connecting to that inspiration. With every exhale, just letting it go. Letting go of any frustration, any feelings, anything going on. Big inhales. Big exhales. Real deep breaths. At your own pace. But deep breaths, breathing in new life, new energy, and letting go of the old. Breathing in the new, letting go of the old. Keep going. Deep breath. Keep the deep breaths, keep going. All deep breaths. Halfway now. Keep going. Breathe deeply. Relax, surrender, but breathe deep. Last phase, 5 more deep breaths. Fully in. Let the pressure go slightly. And just hold the breath for a few moments. Let yourself smile. Relax. Sink deeper. And exhale. Just surrender and feel for a few moments. Feel what you feel. Experience what you experience. Just let go, allow, feel. Sinking deeper into this, keeping the eyes closed, surrendering, journeying within, feeling within. Just in silence for a few moments, blocking out any external noise, any external distractions, just feeling and allowing yourself to recognize your power, to recognize your strength. We're going to place the hands on your heart now. And we're going to breathe easily into your heart. So you're going to breathe in through the nose or through the mouth, into your heart. And as you let go, let the sound go like it's already been completed. It's already done, like a relief. Breathe into your heart and exhale as a relief. And let your heart smile. Let your whole body smile. And let a smile be born upon your lips as you breathe easy. Knowing you're always supported. You're always guided by the intelligence of the heart. The heart has an intelligence. It sends more signals to the brain than the brain sends to the heart. It has a magnetic field that can be measured 8 meters in diameter. Feel into its power. Breathe into its intelligence. And sigh, no matter what's happening, that your heart's beating. Your heart's giving you life. Focus your attention on your heart. We give attention to so many things, so many distractions, so many things happening in the outside world. Just for a moment, pay some attention to your breath and to your heart. Gentle inhales. And exhale with a smile into your heart space. Inhale into your heart and exhale as a smile. Continue that breath at your own pace, in your own rhythm. And allow yourself to sink deeper and deeper into your heart. Sink deeper and deeper into the nothingness. Into the empty space of nobody, nowhere, no time. And as we sink deeper and deeper into the heart space, I want you to allow yourself to imagine yourself going through a doorway. Allow yourself to open up a doorway into the nothingness, a doorway into the empty space, a doorway into the unknown. Allow yourself to open this doorway into the unknown. And as you step through into the unknown, you notice a fire. And as you first notice this fire in your mind, all logic tells you to be afraid of the fire. The fire can burn you. All logic makes you want to run away. But then the fire begins speaking, which already defines all logic of the analytical mind. And it says to you, if you're willing to let go of all that you think you are, all that you know, and you're willing to humbly step through me with courage, there's a gift on the other side. So with your own free will, you choose to step through this fire with courage. With the heart of the warrior, the courage of your heart, you step through the fire. And as you step through the fire, you find yourself back into the empty space of nothingness, into the unknown. you begin to notice this familiar energy walking towards you. It feels so familiar. And as it gets closer, you recognize this as the older version of you, the all-knowing, the all-seeing part of you. You recognize this as your intuition, that little voice that's always speaking, that's always known, always has, always will, and is always going to know the way. That little voice that knows every single part of you. You begin to notice this energy. You allow yourself to feel this energy. You allow yourself to embrace this energy, embracing this energy of intuition, your inner tutor, your inner knowing. And you feel this knowing. You already know. And you allow yourself to embrace this knowing. And as you embrace this knowing, there's a message for you. And just ask this knowing, what message do you have for me? And just let go, surrender, and listen what this message is for a few moments. And as you hear this message, the fire begins to appear again, welcoming you to step back through. This time you jump back through the fire with so much courage. You jump back through the fire and you find yourself back at the doorway. You open up the doorway as a different person and enter that doorway. And as you open up that doorway, you find yourself back in your very own heart. And as you notice that, you just take a deep breath in. You breathe in that knowing, that information. You feel relieved that all is good, all is okay. You bring your hands by your side or rest them on your lap, and you begin to breathe as one full organism. You breathe from every part of your being, every part of your body. You inhale deeply from every part of you, and you exhale, leading from that deep diaphragmatic breath, that safe haven that we cultivated. But you breathe deeply there, fully in, fully out, real deep breaths, breathing as one big organism, breathing as one lung. With every inhale going deeper and deeper within yourself. With every exhale, connecting to the world around you. Keep breathing, real deep breaths. Fully in, letting go. Fully in, letting go. Keep breathing. Keep breathing, deep breaths in your own pace. Real deep breaths. No pause between the inhale and the exhale. You breathe in deep as you can without forcing it, and you exhale with no pause. Straight away, you inhale again. Inhale 110% and you exhale 80%. Let go of perfection. And just breathe. Breathe in that new life, that new information. And exhale. Surrender deeper to your body. Surrender deeper to the intelligence of your body and the intelligence of your breath. Keep breathing into those sensations being created within your body. Keep breathing. This is the final round of breath, so just breathe, enjoy it. Let yourself enjoy the inhale. Enjoy the new life, the new information that's coming into your body. And just exhale. Breathe in the life force, the prana, the chi. Breathe it in and just let it go. Breathe in that energy. Taking charge of your system. Taking yourself into the driver's seat of your own existence. You are in control. Retaking charge. Retaking conscious control of your body. Retaking conscious control of your chemistry. As you inhale, how do you want to feel? Allow yourself to feel more energized. Allow yourself to feel more relaxed. Allow yourself to feel more empowered. Whatever you want to feel, allow that chemistry to be rushing through you. 5 more deep breaths. Put your foot on the gas here or take your foot off the gas. We start now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Breathe all the way in. Let the pressure out slowly. And just let go. Bring your hands by your side or your hands on your lap. And just surrender. Relax. Let go. Feel what you feel. Experience what you experience. And just let go. Sink deeper and deeper. Explore the internal world. Feel into it. Notice what messages your body has for you. What information it has for you. Feeling is the language of understanding. Feel into your body. Feel into these new sensations. Just take a few moments here to just feel, allow. I'll guide you when to come back round, but for now, just let go, feel. Bring yourself back to the deep diaphragmatic breathing. Bring yourself back to breathing from your diaphragm, nice and gently. And take charge of your system. Allowing all the feelings to rush through you. Going back to yourself. Connecting back to your knowing, back to your center, back to your peace, back to this abundance of energy that's always around you, it's always available. Just breathe easy. 4 seconds in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. 8 seconds out through the nose or through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Continue this rhythm. Nice slow inhale. And even slower, longer exhale. And when you're ready, rub your hands together, generate some heat. Rub those hands together. Generate heat between your palms. Place your palms over your eyelids. Just placing your hands gently over your eyes. Breathe in through your nose. Focusing all your attention in your forehead. Breathe easy. Focus all your attention here. And just finally connect to intention, a way that you want to feel when you open your eyes. Maybe it's the message that you got from your inner knowing, or maybe it's just a sensation that's come up through the breath work. Connect to this feeling, connect to this sensation, and when you're ready, very gently, gently allow the light back in. Bring yourself back to your body in the here and now. You might want to stretch. Bring your arms above your head, stretch out. Let yourself smile, open up your posture. The quickest way to change our psychology is to change our physiology. So open up your posture, sit nice and tall or lay upright. Bring your hands out. And we're just going to bring our arms out wide, real wide, open up our chest. Going to put a smile on our face. And we're just going to take a few breaths, breathing in here, breathing into this power center, opening up our rib cage. A few gentle breaths through the nose and letting out at completion. One more. And relax. Surrender. And thank you to every single one of you for participating in today's session. Today we did a bit of a mix